Good morning, everyone. It is September 16th, so we had our third auto ship of the month last yesterday. I hope you are at least halfway to your goal. That's a good indicator of where you should be in your business. Like I always look at the 15th, I go, okay, am I a diamond seller? What do I have to do to get there? Am I at least halfway, and now I want to be more than halfway to my goal of EC2 or whatever your goal is, EC1, MC3? Are you there? That's a really good indicator of how your business is going to, you know, turn out over the week, or I mean over the month. So yes, and so Karen Lawley, we're going to celebrate wins. I do have a guest coming on. She'll be on in just a moment. I told her we had some announcements first. And so does anyone have any wins well, Karen has a question, so we're going to go right to her question.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask, I put a post in this morning about GLP-1. I just said I was on the beach and I realized I still want to lose a few pounds and this and that. And so anyway, three strangers responded to my post. So I just like you to tell me how you would respond. Do you want to get them to DM you? Do I want to text them a Zoom? What do you think my next couple of steps are, if you don't mind telling me?
So
Thank you.
they were asking you about
What
it?
it? Let me know. What is it?
I would Facebook Messenger them. I would just say, hey, let me message you. And then I would be inviting them into the Activate GLP-1. That's a huge funnel. It's a great funnel. And they start building their belief and start tagging them. Tag them on the featured, go to the featured part of the page, and there, if you scroll down a few posts, it'll have like introduce yourself. Just say, welcome so and so. Please introduce yourself, and feel free to send a picture here. And that's, oh, Heidi, you got on. Yay. Okay, so that's what I would do. I would invite
I know
them.
it's their Facebook Messenger. I mean, I can get to it by putting on their profile, because I want to make sure I don't get another Karen Powers, because there's probably three of them on Facebook. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you just go to their Facebook page and you click on message. It goes right to their message chat.
I'll do it that way. Thank you, Marisa.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're welcome. Good job. And I know she's really excited. Hi, Julie. We'll be right with you. Thank you for joining us. I'm so excited to have you here. Also, okay, so that's Dr. Lawley. Thank you for asking that and sharing that. Heidi, I know you're driving or getting ready to go to work, but I just want to welcome you. And if you can show your face for 2 seconds, I would highly like you to do that. Heidi Davis is brand new. We met through eWomen, and
Good morning. I'll come
hi,
around
good
though.
morning, Isa. I'm like, I'm gonna. So Heidi, are you able to share anything this morning? I don't know where she went. There, I see her, but I don't know.
Hi, sorry, I'm just leaving the door,
Oh,
but
yay,
yes.
yay, yay.
Hey,
Okay.
how you
So
doing?
we I gifted her a box of 10 collagen and 10 protandem. This woman has had can I say it?
Yep, go ahead.
She had a uterine tumor removed and they couldn't get all of it. Um, and she had an open wound that wasn't going away. And life changed in 10 days with her. And I
Yep,
want you to
yep.
share your story. And she just got her first she just joined me on Friday and got her first customer on a healthy glow stack yesterday. Yay!
Yeah.
Welcome to this. And she's coming to convention and she came in on the business pack and I'm just so honored to have you and I know you've got a health journey and thank you for saying yes and I'm so happy for you.
No, thank you for saving my life, because I was trying to heal, and now it's like I've got so many friends that are trying to heal too, and it's sharing that. Oh, hi, Lisa. Sharing that journey with my friends, and just being able to the reason I joined was be able to gift the gift of health to other people, and also, help myself as well. So that's what you gave me, is you gave me a fresh start. So, and it doesn't hurt that my skin looks amazing too. So, but but my health is better, my knees don't hurt anymore, and so everybody's seeing the difference and they're just wanting to jump on board. So absolutely, thank you. Hi, Mia.
Yes. Heidi is a family practice and juvenile lawyer. And she had me come over to her law practice on Friday. We went to lunch and we were sampling, just giving samples out to everything. So I'm just going to remind you all to be sure you're getting the Healthy Glow Consultant Stack, which gives you that extra box of 10 for sampling at a very reduced rate. It's a no-brainer. This business is a sampling business. Heidi, thank you so much. I know you have to be at work by 9 a.m. in just a few minutes. I hope you can hear Julie because she's going to be amazing. We're going to go to her in just a moment. And she's also in eWomen, and she's a managing director of eWomen in Calabasas. So she's lovely, and I met her through the eWomen network as well. So anybody else have a win? I just want to make a couple more announcements, and then I want to get to Julie.
I do.
Yes, Mimi. Mia's my sister, for those of you that don't know.
Hi, Julie. Hi, Heidi. Welcome. I've been working on this gal for several months. She's in another networking group of mine. And, I knew she needed products. She kept saying every month, I just don't have the money. I just don't have the money. She's in the mortgage business. And I just thought she's making excuses and she needs this because I can see the inflammation that's going on.
Mhm.
Anyway, when we started talking about GLP-1, she's on Trulicity, which is a synthetic version of that, right?
Mhm.
And she's on it because of diabetic reasons. She's type 2. And so I've been, gradually talking to her about how to wean off of it, that she'll have to continue to take her blood sugar levels. But I said, you've got to get activated now so that you really are able to assimilate this when it does launch on October 11th. And she finally pulled the plug and she got on the Healthy Glow Essentials stack. So I'm so happy for her because I know it's going to help her. Yeah.
So Heidi sent me, I woke up this morning, I did my meditation, and then I had a video from her from Vimeo, LifeVantage Vimeo. It's 7 minutes. I actually put it in the Team Inspired Change group. I also put it in Activate GLP-1 this morning, and it's a 7-minute video with Julie Boyster on the study results of the Healthy Glow Stack and just what happens, the synergy. So tag away, you guys, get people in there and tag away. We have to educate people about what we have, right? This is game changing. And with this GLP-1 launch, it's about getting really clear. And Canada, you will have it. So I'm so happy you're plugging in, because it's important for you all to know what's happening, and also to these next few months will determine your 2 years from now, like what's going to be your life. And so that's why I'm just super excited to have clarity and just really get connection here with Julie. So I'm going to just share a little bit about Julie and her bio, and we'll get into that, and we'll stay on longer for those that need to stay on longer, and I'll do action that pays for those of you. For a few minutes after, we can do some actual follow-ups, or I can coach you for questioning. But Julie is, well, not only is she beautiful, but she is a CEO of Spirited Soul Coaching and the Joyful CEO Life. She's spent 30 years in direct sales, by the way, I want to say, Mary Kay. And she has developed, as you know, personal growth and development is like the number one bonus of being in network marketing in direct sales, I believe. And she has really developed techniques and tools that connect with her heart and soul, who she is. She has a very heart-centered approach. I've actually had a coaching call with her, and I love the fact that she talks about you giving yourself these joyful gifts during the day. And it's really important. She wasn't telling me what I need to do, and I'm like, well, I kind of want you to tell me what to do, but no, that's not what she does. So anyway, so she took a leap of faith a few years ago and just really like honed in on this coaching program. And she developed this Joyful Life CEO. So she's also, as I mentioned, managing director for the Calabasas, California chapter of the eWomen Network. And by the way, at our international conference, she earned the managing director of the year for all of the managing directors. So that's huge. And what does that mean? It means she pours into people. And that's what she's going to do right now for us. So without further ado, everyone sit up tall. I want you to take a deep breath. Hold. Exhale out of the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. And gently open your eyes, welcoming Julie into our space of Team Inspired Change. Thank you, Julie, for being here and being very patient this morning. Nice to
And
have you.
thank you. We had little rumbling today. We've had earthquakes this week in the last week.
Yeah.
Morning at 4:22 woke me up, and I've been up ever since. So, and yeah, so yeah, pray that we're just getting little releases. Mother Nature's like letting some steam off, and
Wow.
that's so. Thank you. That was
Sending you lots of good vibes, not earthquake vibes, but good vibes, healing vibes, and Mother Nature speaks.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for having me today. This is such an honor. I love pouring into people in that are in businesses that create change and impact in other people's lives, and also teams. It's something that I specialize in because of all my experience for umpteen years. Mary Kay was the best leadership training, like you said. And I use it every day in my business, and absolutely love what I'm going to share with you. And I hope it resonates with you. I have always, I'm not like a rebel. I'm actually a rule follower. However, I like to think outside of the box, because I always think of how can we show up uniquely with your gifts and talents that only you have been given. And that's really what I want you to tap into today. So I'm going to share with you just a simple formula that I designed. Really didn't realize I was doing it throughout my Mary Kay career. I did earn 14 cars. I'm not saying that to brag, but my very first car, I was a very spare time consultant. I had two little kids, 2.5 and 7 months. And they told me that, oh, you're 48 parties away from earning your first car. And I'm like, 48 parties? Like, okay, you earn a car in 4 months. I haven't done 48 parties in a year. I'm not going to do them in 4 months. So what can I do? And it turned out it was more of who can I become, right? To attract that person. And I might not be telling you anything earth shattering today that you haven't heard, but I always find that sometimes you need to hear things over and over again. And they always say, like, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, right? So
Absolutely. And one of those things that, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but as you know, we are in this launch and we want to go from chaotic to excitement, from anxiety to excitement. So that's what you and I were sharing. And I think that's going to be so important, you guys, for this launch, is to really hone in on embracing excitement and service as opposed to, oh, I don't know what to do.
yeah. Yeah. And there's that push energy, and, that does work for a bit of time, but then it causes burnout, right? It causes anxiety, like you said. And so when I came up with this joyful CEO life formula, I took what a CEO could mean with confusion, exhaustion, and overwhelm, doing all the things, right? I mean, the heck, when I started, it's like, oh, I have a computer problem. Oh, I am the IT department now. Who do I call? Right? I'm the social media man. I'm the marketer. I'm everything. So it can get very overwhelming. And I took that confusion, exhaustion, and overwhelm and helped develop a system that causes clarity, energy, and overflow. And you can have it all. Thanks, Danette. My little pink office, where I haven't changed that since I developed it. But I see women every day, mostly women. I know we have a couple men on the call, but mostly women get caught up in the hustle, I think, and doing an overrun. Men are just built to, like, I'm going to work, I'm getting it done, whatever. We think about it. We like, oh, what are other people going to think about me? Worry about judging. I don't want to ask somebody. They think I'm pushy, all that kind of stuff. So I really want to kind of give you a quick synopsis of what I do. It's a proven system that you can put into practice, and a roadmap to follow, with a sense of, like, calm assurance as you take the steps, and just how to take the steps, and faith and trust, and knowing that it all works out. And so let's reimagine the CEO life. Okay, so I'm going to just give you an acronym that for joyful. and I'm just going to touch on each one really quickly and you can ask me more. I also have a Joyful Life, Joyful Business Facebook group where I dive into this a little bit more, which is free. So the J is jumpstart your vision, right? So I heard this before. Your future must be prepared in detail. If we don't prepare it in detail, it will be created by default. And so just visualize the outcome. When I've earned that first car, that was in 1998. I know I'm dating myself, but I can still picture it in my driveway, not the actual car, but the visualization of what I pictured before it actually arrived in my driveway. That's how strong it is that I can still see it in my driveway and visualize it. Of course, you want to take action, right? So it just doesn't come sitting, on your couch and hoping for it, but visualizing the outcome. How's it going to feel when you already have it? Think of how many people how many lives will you touch with this amazing product that's coming out, and come from a place of giving in heart, and not feeling like you're being pushy or, um, just talking about it all the time and salesy, right? And so the O is own your brilliance, like really be bold. I think you said something, you have to really get out there, but remember you have unique gifts and there's no one just like you. So you want to really act as if you're already there. Like, what is the end? Have the end in mind, right? And own it. Just, you're a brilliant person. You were put on this earth with your own DNA, and show up as that authentic person. And then the Y is yes. Say yes. This year I'm saying yes to everything. I went to Italy. It was on my vision board for 3 years. I picked July of 2024 for the time we were going to go to Italy. I have no idea that we'd be invited to a wedding in July of 2024 in Italy 3 years ago. And we went. It was spectacular. I went to Dallas for our eWoman icon. That was another amazing thing, right? Yes, ask and it is given. I was home a week, gone for 7 days. And now my girlfriends from grade school and middle school are getting together for a girlfriend's long weekend in Florida. And I was going to say, oh, I can't. I just did all these trips. I shouldn't spend the money. I shouldn't take the time off. But you know what? I said yes, and I'm actually surprising them. I have one girlfriend's picking me up from the airport, the rest of them don't. So I'm like all about saying yes. And then putting yourself first is not being selfish, right? It's being selfless. You want to listen to your gut. I'm so in tune with, what does it feel like? Did that yes feel good, or did it cause angst? If it feels good, then go for it. The how is really going to figure itself out. You don't have to know the whole entire staircase when you take the first step, right? So you want to say yes to yourself. And the F in joyful is fall in love with your schedule. And I know Marisa had mentioned, she called it something else, but I call it joy breaks, right? So my clients are required. I don't require much. Like she said, I don't tell people what to do. I don't tell my clients what to do. I guide them to realize that what they already know, what's already within them, right? But I do highly suggest that they put joy breaks in their schedule every day, no matter what. And it could be some examples are, for me, I have a beautiful park right down the street. A day rarely goes by where I'm not down there watching the squirrels and the birds. And it's just, when you want to tap into, if you have any feelings of angst or scarcity, right, around, go to a park and look at the abundance of the leaves and the birds and the squirrels and the dogs running and the people, it just brings me back and grounds me. And I can just be having not such a great day and walk down there, have a joy break, and I come back and I'm ready to then drop into my U in the joyful, which is take bold action, but I call it take joyful, intentional action. Okay, so now instead of being in that push, like I got to make the calls, I said I was going to make X amount of calls, I have to make these calls, I have to hit these numbers. What about if you just do something that makes you feel good first, meditate, go for a walk, play some upbeat music. It could just be 5 minutes, shut your computer, walk outside, come back in, and then you're coming from a place of calm assurance. That's when you want to reach out to people, because that's when that vibration and that energy has synergy with the person that you're trying to attract. You don't want to attack. You want to attract them.
I don't want to break your flow. Can I say something without breaking your flow? No.
Oops.
Okay. I won't say anything.
Yeah, no, it just froze, but
Oh,
it
okay.
minute there.
No,
What
I
is
was just going to say an example of that is I had Sean Johnson, or she came over to me this weekend, and she had calls. She brought her list, people that were in her funnel, and she stood up and walked around and got high posture. And it was really important. That physiology was super important for her. And, she goes, and I dressed up. She had her cute little jeans, frayed jeans on and cute little top. And then she felt cute and she just, felt the part and then was able to make those calls and follow up with people. It was really beautiful to watch and listen to her and be able to coach her. But anyway, go ahead.
okay? So the U is taking unapologetic action. Okay,
Mm.
and being in that joyful, intentional action space, and really claim it. Going back to that, they all work with each other, right? But being bold and claiming, why are you stepping back? I did a live on my personal Facebook page, which I normally don't do, but I'm in a container with a coach that's highly suggesting we do it. And I didn't die, first of all, and I'm getting a lot of comments and compliments, and I'm helping other people. I give them permission to do it, right? Just like, who and why are you stepping back for? We have a mission, we have a goal and a passion to impact lives, right? That's why we're in this business, and your business and my business. And it doesn't benefit anybody for playing small and shrinking down and not being seen, right? And so that leads me to my L, which is live the life that you love. You have the ability to create that life. What do you want it to look like? Looking a year from now, if I had a magic wand, what would you like your life to look like? What are you doing? How much money are you making? Where are you traveling? Create that vision for yourself and visit it daily. You don't have to read the whole entire thing, but just come in each area of your life and look at, you can either create a life that you love or have it be created for you by default, because we are operated by our subconscious mind, who we programmed, right? With those programs, whether people around us have programmed us or we have the media, everything, right? Like right now, people are going, oh, don't spend any money because of this. Oh my gosh, this and that. And I remember Mary Kate, when it was during 2008, we had the 9/11 happened, and then 2008 crash, and she would say, we're not participating in the recession. And in 2001, that was like our highest month of sales during 9/11, because women wanted, they could buy a lipstick and feel good about themselves, right? So it's basically, I'll go through it again really quickly, is jumpstart your vision, J, right? Look at your vision, tweak it a little bit, grow it, make it be so big that it seems impossible. I was just on Sandra Yancey's, or eWomen Plus call, and she said, she said, it's just 1%. Impossible is 1% above what's possible. I love that. So
Say that again.
impossible is just 1% above what's possible. So it doesn't have to be like a quantum leap. People are always looking to have like going from 0 to 100, right? I want to lose, 10 pounds in a week. Well, hopefully it didn't take you a week to gain it. It took you over time, you gained the weight, right? So now it's going to take time. So just step by step, visualizing your outcome, own your brilliance, step into being bold, say yes to yourself, Okay, I'm going to go through. F is fall in love with your schedule. Make sure that you take joy breaks during the day, so you do love your schedule. U is be unapologetic. You take bold action, have joyful intention, and L is live the life that you love.
Is there any way that you can either text me that or put, I don't know if you have that copied and pasted anywhere. That's so beautiful, but when I put the recording up in
It's in
Team
my-
Inspired Change, I can actually put that in the comments so everybody will have it. I just love that. It's such a beautiful thing, and you could print it out, you guys, and have it by your computer, and just it's the mind. It's 10% mechanics, and then it's all mind stuff. It is beautiful. Thanks, Jackie.
If you'd like to join my Facebook group, I'm promising to be a little bit more active in there. I've been, Facebook Facebook groups are interesting, right? They're only as good as you make them. And so if you participate and just answer a couple of
Great.
quick questions in there.
Fantastic. I love that. I'll put that in there too. And you guys should put the link in the comments. So
I also have so on Monday mornings, I put out a newsletter. It's called the Weekly Dose of Joy. And I created something called Julie's Joyful Jolts. And it was to help you joyfully overcome limited thinking. And it just comes in the morning, and it takes something that you might be saying to yourself that's less than positive, and then I acknowledge it, and then I turn it around into like more of a positive rant. If you follow like Abraham Hicks, Dana Wilde, they do rants or positive expectations. So I named mine a jolt. So
thank you. Oh my gosh, Julie. Do you guys have questions for her? Please, please, please come up with a question. Somebody. Because if you have a question, somebody else is like thinking that same thing. You can unmute
Hey,
yourself. I see
Julie.
Danny. Yay, Danny.
Hey, yay, yay.
Danny's in
Um,
Canada.
yeah. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us on our call. One of your things was love your routine, I believe were your words. Routine is something I actually struggle with. Is there any tips on that? Like, I'm trying to put together a routine and I always get pulled right out of any kind of routine.
That's a great question. So it was like fall in love with your schedule. So what I help my clients do is to leave white space. Like I was talking to a 1%er realtor. I did a coaching session with her, and she said the thing that she really got out on the call was she's running from appointment to appointment to appointment. I would say like your hair's on fire, right? It's like that busy badge, of honor. Like if you're so busy, like I even take the word be out of my vocabulary, the dirty 4-letter B word, I call it, and say I'm abundantly blessed. And so when you look at your schedule, you want space to have creative ideas drop in. And when you're
Sorry, you cut out. You say you're a what mess?
I'm
You take
sorry.
you take the B out, it cut out.
Oh,
You
I'm
take the
sorry.
B out and you say what instead?
Abundantly blessed.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving you all my secrets for my
I
clients.
love your secrets.
It's okay. They're free. They're free secrets. So when you create your schedule, when you look at it, set boundaries. So you're not saying yes to everybody else, and look at it and go, what would I love my day to look like? How would I like to design it? And on Sunday night, I do a dump list. I dump everything that's on my mind, everything that I need to do. I do a personal and a business, and it could be, laundry, all these things I need to get done. This week I have to go to the bank and get money out for my trip. Go to the chiropractor, but just dump it because it's in your head and it drives you nuts. And then you look at it, go, okay, what are the top 3 things that I really need to do that only I can do, right? That will help move your business forward. What are those income producing activities, right? And then carve out some space. Like I had a woman I'm working with, it's only been, I think, 3 weeks. Interesting, like her first week, I'm like, well, she makes a heck of a lot more money than I do. And I'm coaching her. But what she said was, oh my gosh, I took time out. I took a whole day out and watched my little grandson Where before I would have said, I can't do this. I have to work. You know, that week she made $32,000 in commission. And she goes, and I worked less. She's in insurance. So, and she's like, oh my gosh, I would never have given myself permission to take that time off because I was in the push. Like, I have to work, I have to make it happen. So I'm not saying don't take action,
Right.
but take aligned action, like intentional, joyful action. Do something first today before you make those calls, before you reach out to anybody. Get yourself in that right frame of mind and do something that you love. Do a great song. Dance around your office, you know, look silly, do whatever you got to do, and then take that action. And then look at your schedule. Like today, today and tomorrow, I am back to back to back, but I do still have like 10 minutes in between. I will go down the park like 5 times today. Just to do my reset so I can be fully present for the people that I'm serving. Does that help, Jeanette? Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, very much.
Thanks for asking.
Awesome. Any other questions?
Judy, did you unmuted yourself? Did you have a question? No. Okay.
I'll say something. Thank you, Marisa, for having her. And thank you. I love Calabasas. I've spent a lot of time in California, though I'm in New York now. And it is really interesting how the same message comes. I look at it, I think I said this before, like 80% is gratitude, meaning I'm here, I'm focused, I'm loving life. You know, you said you want to bless people. And then the prep and the work is actually the smaller part of the big picture.
So true.
So I love the way you, as a successful person, can say that, you know, that how it goes like that. Not work yourself to death and you'll eventually get there.
Right. And you know, it's really interesting because my boyfriend, my partner last 12 years, he's a former CFO, accountant. I'm like pink and airy fairy. He's like, whoa, it's like the woo, you know?
Right.
And the woo in the work, don't worry about it. But it's just, we're so opposite because he's like, put the work in. Oh, you're such a hard worker. You're so good. You're, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he never says it to me anymore. Cause I'm like, if you tell me I'm hard working one more time and just put my nose down to the ground, I'm going to strangle you because I'm not saying I don't work. I do. But I love what I do. So like you said, it's you prepare and then you just show up fully with that heart. And today I want you guys, if you feel to join my group, I really want you to, I want to get some feedback on like, whoa, you're going to have those synchronicities today. Oh my gosh, out of the blue, somebody called me and said they want to join my team, or out of the blue, somebody purchased products from me, or, you know, it's that alignment that you want those synchronicities to happen, right?
Just joined your group while you were speaking before.
Me too. Me too.
Two, me three.
And I did.
Sounds
I
beautiful.
think the universe kind of gives you what you ask for in a whimsical way. So when we have that little side of whimsy in our life, I think the universe likes that and blesses you more. I don't think it's the same for men. I think men look at it differently, like you're saying. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Julie, I have a quick question for you. You've been in direct sales with Mary Kay the whole time?
Yeah, I'm a lifer in everything I do.
Okay,
I'm still in the business because I have customers that won't let me leave, and I use all the products still. And I do love the company. I just stepped away from being a director in 2021 because when you're a director, you can't coach other people for a financial reward. So I was doing free coaching.
so you've obviously, if you've been in it that long, built online and in person, because you know only
Let me tell you, I'll tell you how old we were. It was more difficult than it was because we had a corded phone. We had answering machines.
You're dating yourself.
hang up. When they hang up on you, it would be like, you heard it. I'm the sister-in-law who gave you their number and said she'd be so great at this. What she give it? Yeah, it was, you had to have thick skin. Did not. I did not. It took me a year in my first year to have my first recruit, and she asked me because I was like, oh, I know I'm not going to ask anybody.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
But-
funny. Isa has a question for you. Isa's in Prescott. She's a
Hi.
holistic esthetician.
Hi, Julie. Yeah, I just want to say more than anything, thank you. I thought this was great. And one of my focuses for the last year, since last September, has been really working on my leadership and coming from more of a space of grace and humility and ease and peace and calmness and really, and that's all working on ourselves, right? So I have found that I had one of those out of the blue moments yesterday. I was sitting having my coffee in the morning and trying to let go of those thoughts that I need to be. These cell phones make us think we need to be doing something all the time. And so really just sitting in the moment, and I got a message on Messenger from a friend and said, hey, I think I want to try your stuff, and it was just one of those beautiful connections. And so I just want to say thank you. I really resonate with what you shared. And I think the world needs more of it, because we're all moving into this launch with a lot of energy, and there doesn't need to be this sense of FOMO or anxiety. Just, we know nothing that's meant for us will pass us by. So just stay true to who you are. Yeah, that's my daily mantra.
I love that.
So anyway, thank you. I really resonated with it. I'm going to join your group.
Thank you.
Oh, Isa, that's so great. Thank you. Thank you. Julie, anything else you'd like to share?
I just, I did the live yesterday on the fear of judgment.
I saw
And
it. It was really good. Very powerful. I commented.
that is like one of my fears of, it's not a fear of being judged. It's more of, that's what holds me back, because I have so many people that, it's not like I have a huge following, but I do have a lot of people that watch me, because I will go places and people go, oh, I saw you went to Italy. I saw blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you knew me. You know what I mean? And just so it keeps reminding me that get out of my own way. Right? Because, and people will say like, oh, what you said really resonated with me, or, good for you for doing this, whatever. So I have to keep reminding myself that it's not about me and what people like, oh, she's having a bad hair day, she looks horrible. And I think I said that in here too. It's like the people who are at a level higher than you, more successful than you, are an amazing leader in their community, will never criticize you. It's always the people that are like, have that jealousy, right? You always see those people like hate mongers, or like, oh, somebody was sharing all this stuff and they're like, oh, haters, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing, she's got a lisp, she's got this, she's got that. And I'm like, wow, that was really profound when I heard that. Is we just need to show up and share and, bless and release. And when I train and teach, I'm talking to myself first and foremost. I am like, and that's what my clients always tell me. They love working with me because I'm walking the talk. I'm doing it alongside them. I have not arrived. I'm not the Dalai Lama. I'm not Jesus Christ. I have not alive. I have not arrived. We're always working. And like you said, it's leadership. Lead yourself first, right? Lead yourself first before you lead a team.
Mm-hmm.
Love
So
it.
true. I There's so much I could say, but I think you've just poured into us in such a beautiful way. We have such a beautiful team on here, and I know everybody is resonating with your words. I can see that. I can feel their energy, and it's just really lovely. Gosh,
Follow you, be friends. I'll follow you guys back. Watch what you're doing. I can't wait to see how amazing your launch is.
and she's on our products. She takes with another consultant in another market. But when we were talking, she's like, "Oh yeah, I just got on that." So, it's a game changer. And
The travel thing kills me because when I went to Italy, I was shoving those glass bottles in my boyfriend. He's like, "What's this?" I didn't even tell him. I was shoving stuff in his weight, and he would open his suitcase and like, "What's this in the zipper?" Oh, I just put a couple bottles in there.
they travel well. They travel well. So you can, as long as you have them in a suitcase or a backpack, don't just carry them in a bag or they'll take them away from you. That we had somebody experience that recently. So, but if you put them in your backpack. So anyway, that's really great. Guys, don't get off yet because I have a couple of things I want to share quickly. We have Dr. Jess Larson tonight at 5:30 p.m. Pacific on the One Person Big Difference team call. You don't want to miss that. And then immediately following that will be a special edition of those that were at the Growth Summit this past week. And if you haven't been to a Growth Summit, it used to be called the Pro 5 Summit, the fly-in. I just want to say it is a game changer. It was one of my favorite events because it's so intimate and the company flies you out and they treat you like royalty, but you're getting incredible training. I know that several of you have been a part of that and it's just been a game changer. So you want to get there to MC2 and which is, 20,000 organizational volume points in your business monthly. And then you really got a team going, right? And they want to show you the next step so that you can become that executive leader. So it's taking that action today, the beautiful, joyful moments that Julie shared with us today, taking those little love breaks and really exciting times. Enjoy this, enjoy this. Thank you, Julie, but I got something to share with the team. So if Julie, you need to get off you can stay on, you're more than welcome, but I want to share with them a presentation. I'm not going to go through the presentation, but you guys saw I sent out a link, a slide deck that's a game changer. It's so frigging simple that you can use. Thank you, Julie. Oh, sorry. Oh, well. I want to show you guys really, really quick. I used it for Sean Johnson the other day. We did a Zoom, and I'm just going to show you. It's super simple. There's no slide introducing you. Whoops. This is the problem. Okay. All right. So LifeVantage Activation Company, Take It to Make It, products. It just shows the overview. Basic. We can't spend a million times on collagen and Protandim. You got a couple slides on Nerf 2 because that's where it starts, that same technology in Axio. Here's a slide before and after. You got, this is a game-changing product, really helping your cells. You got, now we have the collagen. Here's a little collagen study. Oh my gosh, I love that 7-minute video of Julie. Here's the slide. Here's some before and afters. We have it was great when it was out, right? First out, but now we need to tweak it, right? We need to tweak it because now we're talking about weight loss. And even though it's not in Canada yet, it is coming. And so here's, a 200 and some pound woman and 100 and some pound woman. And you can see what it's doing, what fat does to the body and the organs. And, and so what this is going to do is quiet food noise. Here's some before and afters. And then, maybe you want to share it. Here's how you can earn income. And, you get 7 friends. These are just examples of volume. And if you want to make a little more, here's what you can do. And then if you find 25 people and they do the same thing, look at what you can earn. And oh my gosh, you can grow a team, you can lead a movement. Here's our earnings, here's our comp plan. They can say, hey, take a shot of this, take a camera shot of this, and you can go learn about our comp plan. There's videos on there and there's a PDF. And if the business isn't for you, my goodness, here is some great ways to just get started as a customer. And for those of you, you might know somebody. If you're not entrepreneurial, you're going to know somebody because right now it is what we do today. Because this is when you position yourself. This is when you position yourself. Can you mute yourself, whoever that is? I can't see. Thanks. You must position yourself in front of a growth curve, not in the middle or at the end, but at the inception. Realize the window of opportunity is always closing. So work like there's no tomorrow. And then here's options. This is US options. So Canada, you can put your slides in there and then that's it. You guys, we did it in less than 20 minutes. It was amazing. And that's what we need. And then it's the meeting after the meeting. Does that make sense? That is in Telegram, Team Inspired Change. That is in Team Inspired Change Facebook. Okay. I put Dr. Brett Brimhall and Shauna Mucklow did a 34-minute overview with that PowerPoint. So you can listen to it and learn and do. I actually downloaded it from Canva. I downloaded it onto my computer and it saved it as a document. So it's in my downloads. It just saved it as a document. I don't have it as a PowerPoint. I don't know how to do all that. So anyway, I have it and I love it and I'm using that. And I would advise you to do the same. Any questions?
Marisa, can I add something?
Yes.
Get it on your phone too, everybody. This presentation is so powerful to just have on your phone if you're having coffee with someone, because we're trying to tell people that the message of activation is simple. Take it to make it. And if we're showing them a presentation that they don't understand, it's not jiving. So this is an awesome presentation. I love it.
Yeah, perfect. Jackie, yes. Thank you, Isa. That was great.
So just a quick question, because someone had shared with me in the past, just recently, they're like, you don't talk about any of the other products. So
we have
as
other
far-
products that activate. You have that whole big picture. We have
right. Okay.
we're on cellular health, gut health, brain health, skin health. We have it all. We're not going to go dive into every one of those. There's no way.
Okay. So can I
Yeah.
finish? So what are we baseline recommending for the weight loss? Are we doing the GLP-1 with of course, Protandim always? And, because
Protandim
like,
always.
because
Jackie.
what are we coming out with a package also? Because someone said to me, they can't just afford, $300, $400 a month. So I'm just trying to figure out,
Oh, did you see that
to say
slide that showed 3 different options? Did you see this customer slide on that PowerPoint that showed 3 different, the one with the Nerf 2, the Protandim and fat burn? That might be one. It all starts with Nerf 2.
Right. Okay.
That's all I just sold just Nerf 2 this past week to somebody because she's already on a probiotic and she couldn't afford anything more right now, but she really wants to get on the GLP-1. So I just said, let's get your cells activated. So if the
Okay.
baseline is Nerf 2, but you really want them the healthy glow stack, if they can get on that. And when you watch that 7-minute video that's in Activate GLP that I posted this morning, it's phenomenal. It's on the Life Vantage Vimeo channel. And then there's just a bunch of running channels. You can see the captions, you can see the transcript. It's phenomenal. So
Okay. I'll watch that this
you
morning.
could send that 7-minute, I sent that 7-minute video to somebody today who over the weekend said, how can I buy the Healthy Glow Stack? She still hasn't bought it, but this morning I put that 7-minute video in there because it's a game changer with Julie Boyster. It shows exactly what it's doing to those fibroblast cells. She explains it, fibroblast cells. She explains it super easy.
Okay.
So it's really, really good, Jackie. So just always remember, we're here because of Nerf 2,
Right.
and that's where it starts. I do want to say, guys, the convention is around the corner. Please do not come. I know there's a Jewish holiday, so I get that. Unbelievable that happened, but it won't in the future, I can promise you. But also, I just want to say, if you really want this and you all are on this call, please be there. It's going to be a game changer for sure. And you'll have access to those products right away. And, it's just, I wish I had that statistic conveniently with me, but it's almost like, you come to events and it increases your volume okay. In 2019, consultants that attended events rank advanced 558% faster, sold 291% more product, and enrolled 2,241% more, and earned 119% more than consultants that did not attend events. So I'm just letting you know the power of this. And don't forget to invite people. Still, don't forget to invite people. I just invited Heidi on Friday and she said yes. And so she's registered. So, people are looking for opportunities. I had a one-on-one Zoom on Friday with a guy that saw my post on Facebook. I'm telling you guys, get loud on Facebook and do it with intelligent energy. Okay? Your energy speaks volumes the moment you walk into a room, your silent energy and your voice energy. And just don't overthink it, but come from a good place, come from your heart.
Marisa, sorry, I have a question when you're done.
Yeah. And just, get out there loud. This guy, after 40 some years, I hadn't talked to him. He's been following me on Facebook. We went to school together in Kentucky. He's super excited about all this. I said, why don't you just come to convention? So he might. He lives in South Carolina and he might come. I don't know. We'll see. But, if I don't ask, the answer is no. Go ahead, Sharon. Hi.
Is this new product being launched for the GLP? Does it include any appetite suppressant?
Does it include an appetite suppressant?
Yeah.
I don't know what's in it.
Have anything to do with appetite, suppressing the appetite? Do you know?
Well, it does. It has everything to do with that. Like, listen to the GLP-1 videos. They're amazing. But yes, it is. I was just with Lourdes Rosa Saturday night. We went out to dinner with her and Craig. He's lost weight. She's lost weight. They have to make themselves think about eating. And she goes, what's even sucks is I like beer and I don't even want a beer. So she's like, it's really changed the way they think about food. A lot of people are losing inches, so it's quieting that food noise, Sharon. And you do, there's thin people taking this, right? It has other benefits besides weight loss that are for the brain, for the neurological system. The more I'm learning about GLP-1 hormone and how important this is to our overall health, and Sharon, you're a medical practitioner, so you know way more than I do. It's a game changer. This is the biggest launch we've had since LifeVantage launched in 2010.
Do you happen to know, Marisa, do we have any fat people on it, like me? Like my size, that are really overweight, that really,
Guys, are you all sleeping? Because, seriously, look at GLP-1 Activate, the Facebook page. You got Shauna Muscle,
Okay.
you got Angie Harper. They've lost a ton of weight. Tyler Daniels, I haven't seen a lot of videos on him. I've seen a little bit of video. And check the One Person Big Difference Telegram group. There is a plethora of information. It's there. We have to be sleeping if we're not looking at this stuff. I'm sorry, but that's it. There's so many people that are having benefits. And if you go to the 12, okay, so I'm going to get clear here. We had the 12-week fat loss group first. That was Erica Dale's. I'm still in it for inspiration education. But we have the pose, activate GLP-1, and it just makes sense to be, as you move forward, putting people in there. It just makes more sense. You be in that both groups so you can inspire and educate the people that you're talking to, but add people to activate GLP-1. It just makes sense, okay? And it keeps us connected with the team, right? And we're all about helping others. And I didn't mean to jump on you, Jackie. I apologize for that. It wasn't about that. I was just trying to, guys, this is part of the pre-launch, right? So it's really about, I know everybody's busy. I know people have full-time jobs, but just know those are tools that you can go to at your convenience. And there's some really good stuff in there. And then don't forget the Telegram One Person Big Difference shareables, because they're edited. You can grab them, you can save them to your camera roll and get loud and proud, right? Yeah, it is. That's the fire hose. I get it. So Jake from corporate even said, Jackie, he said the other day on the executive call, momentum is messy. Momentum is messy. But this is why I had Julie on today, because we can change that anxiety and messiness to excitement, and we can do little compartments and take joy breaks and talk to yourself proudly. I am amazing, and I am so excited to share my journey and be that vulnerable out there. Like, whatever it is, I've gotten out there and I've said, look, I may not need to lose a lot of weight. I can sure lose a couple pounds here and there, my belly once in a while. I get it. But I'm about the neurological benefits. This has impacted our family tremendously, neurological issues. And I can't wait for that. And I'm going to say, I don't know if you guys saw, but there's a lawsuit that Blue Cross Blue Shield has filed to like some medical providers because uh, these doctors are prescribing wrongly, like it was Ozempic, for diabetes, right? So this medical professional is saying, he's read this article that talks about the doctors paying that money to Blue Cross Blue Shield. He's read the entire article. Doctors were falsifying their records, and this is not all across the board. This is an isolated incident, but it is going to be a wake-up call to a lot of medical providers. So what we have our hands on, you guys, is amazing because it's natural. Yes, Jackie, I'll call on you in a second. Doctors were falsifying their records, reporting to Blue Cross Blue Shield that patients were in fact diabetic and using that data to get their Ozempic paid for through the insurance. If your hemoglobin A1C is greater than 6.5, then you would qualify for the drug. Initially, the insurance companies were not checking. You just had to send in a form stating the patient's history and what their lab values were. It looks like Blue Cross Blue Shield got smart, looked for actual values of the A1C, prove it, and the doctors didn't have it. So now they want their money back. It may actually be a bigger deal than that because that is fraudulently falsifying a medical record, which means they may be in trouble with the medical board, and that's not good. Yes, Jackie.
Okay, so recently I've been very, very upset about the number of naturopathic medical doctors in the Valley that all jumped on the Ozempic, tirzepatide, because it's a peptide bandwagon, and they're all prescribing it in their offices. They all have these 360,000 BLT machines in their office. I actually have tried to reach out to some of them, and someone I know works in one of their offices, and I asked her if she could get me an appointment to discuss what we have coming out, because if you're a naturopath, you would think that you're more natural minded and you want to help. And the answer I got was probably not. She's making way too much money now prescribing this. And so to me, that's where the greed is getting everybody on both sides. So it's very sad that people are that greedy. And so just wanted to let you know that, I have to think of a different approach to approach those naturopathic doctors because they're making way too much money now prescribing those.
One of the things you can do is those people, that's not sustainable. They're not going to be able to afford it all the time, and it's synthetic. So you just have to come from good energy and just say, maybe this is something that you guys would want after those people have lost weight or whatever it is their issue is. This is something that's natural, that's activating their own GLP-1. And you're not in the business to convince them. You're only in the business to give information, and then you got to let it go.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have anything else they want to say? Yeah. Yeah. Go for it.
Look like Jack.
One of the things I heard recently was that the Ozempic and there's the three big ones that are always advertised. Their supply is draining because so many people are taking it not for diabetes but for other things.
Yeah.
So there may be a short supply of the synthetics, and
I
hence
say
that
this
could
is
open
what
us
we
up.
want to do. You guys just stay focused with LifeVantage. Like, do not go on this bandwagon of all this other stuff, and just stay really focused with what you have your hands on and be really clear with that and just own that, and don't get caught up in all the other stuff, but because it's going to come out as Captain Jack. It is going to come out at us. Yes, Rosa. And Jolene, and then I'll get you, Jolene, sorry.
I just wanted to share my thoughts on that, the strategy and what GLP does, and how we, the approach that we're taking. So Jackie, to your point, the hook that is going to attract a lot of people to this GLP launch is obviously the weight loss factor, because nationally and globally, weight management happens to be one of the biggest concerns that are out there. So from a marketing perspective, talking about that first as a lead-in is going to get people in. knowing though that GLP-1 has a plethora of benefits. That then becomes the conversation, that it not only helps with brain health, it helps with the neurological protection of the brain, helping people with Alzheimer's. You know, it just, there's insulin control. There's just so many things that it does. And that's the power I feel behind this.
Yeah.
And I
step
get
into
this
that
because
power.
and step into that power, you know, and I see that because, you know, working with Marisa and Mia and working on, you know, the social media posts that they're creating for announcing and just providing value out there of what this thing does and letting people choose. You know, those that want weight loss will attract the weight loss. Those that want neurological protection will attract neurological protection. It's just up to us to tell them. It's
love
up
it.
to us to tell them the benefits and not contradict anything else, Ozempics and all those other stuff, because those are negative, you know, but just knowing that they are interested in weight loss, just knowing that psychological knowledge, we then have to push on that they are wanting something to help the weight management, but look at all these other benefits. So that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you, Rosa. And I know she's doing her boot camp today, starting at 10 in just a little while. For those that were interested, if you can always reach out to Rosa if you want to learn a little bit more about that. It's 5 days this week for an hour. Maybe something in the future, Rosa, too, so that I mentioned to you that might be something that you might want to do, you know? Okay. And Jolene, thank you for being so patient.
Jackie, I was just going to say, if you didn't see the presentation, I think it was 2 weeks ago with Jessica Larson, she did a really good sort of comparison that you could probably use some of the verbiage when you're talking to those people, because she talked about how over time, because of the synthetics, even Ozempic, even though it's the closest one, like it's like 96 or 98%, something like that, over time, because it's an antagonist, your body, it's still foreign, so your body builds up antibodies and then it stops working.
Yeah.
So that would be a good thing. And then with respect to trying to keep up with all the information, because it is a lot, I'm finding for me, just looking in the One Person Big Difference shareable Telegram group is really helpful, and checking in and not necessarily following all the things, but the Activate GLP-1, the Pose group, just stick to those. And then if you randomly, like if you're following people or you're connected to other LifeVantage people, if they have a post that catches your eye, then just take that one. But don't go seeking it all. Just if it attracted you, it's going to attract somebody else. That was my tip.
Let me just say, Shauna Mucklows, there's a video of her talking, and underneath are pictures before and after. It's in One Person Big Difference Telegram. It's phenomenal. I've already saved it to my camera roll. It's going to be in my story today. You could put it in your Instagram. You could put it on your wall. I mean, have fun with this. That was so good. Thank you, Rosa. Thank you, honey. Let's connect, okay? And Jolene, thank you for those three. That was that helpful, Jackie? That was really good. Like Telegram, One Person, shareables, Activate GLP, and add people to it. And guys, please let us know when you add people to that group, because there have been people sitting in there for days, and that's so sad. So just let us know when you add somebody to that group so they don't sit in a holding tank, okay? All right, I think we're complete.
Can I just add one very quick thing to follow up on Jack, because he was making an interesting point about, and I think it's valid to be aware of what's going on in the industry while not getting too caught up in it. But his point being, look, there are going to be people who are saying they can't get Ozempic because it's running out, and that there are opportunities there to say, well, this is better anyway.
Yes.
So I appreciated Jack's point. Just wanted to mention.
For sure.
Yeah.
Always,
Great.
always. Appreciate all of your points, for sure. There's a lot to this, right? And being clear and anyway, thank you. I think this was a phenomenal call. Appreciate you all so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Oh, and be sure you register for convention.
I'm texting you and Sharon LaBraca right now, Marisa. I gotta go.
Bye.
Bye.